Hi guys, in this video I want to show you what you do when you're done and you want to save your work in R. Okay, so there's many ways to do this, but the way I want you to work, at least in the beginning since you're jumping around from one project to another, is to save your history. So here I've just done a bunch of work, actually not that much. I've made some mistakes along the way and I've made some progress and I want to stop working now. So how do I save what I did so that tomorrow I could come back and continue where I left off? Well, don't close R and say save workspace image. Don't do that. I do not recommend that. I rather recommend that you go to File, Save History, name this something like example code, or but whatever it is, put the word code in there and end it in a .txt. For Mac people, you don't need to end it in anything, just name it example underscore code. Okay, PC people, just attach this prefix, it'll make things a lot easier. I'm gonna throw it into this folder here. Okay, actually let me throw it onto documents or backup. Let me do it. Okay. All right, great. Now I can close my R session and open up, and all my code will be there. In fact, before I do that, let me just make sure I don't lose anything. So I'm going to go to Documents, R Backup, and find my example code. Here we go. It should open up in a text document, a very basic one, like Notepad. On a Mac, when you double click, it will open up, or it will ask you which application do you want to open it up, and you will select Text Edit, which is a very simple text editor on Macs. Okay, it will open up, it'll look just like this, very plain code. This is all the code that I typed prior to me starting to record this video. What do I want to show you here? I want to show you first off that before you're done and you walk away, you should review your code. For me, it's not that much. I made a bunch of mistakes. I remember the errors, and some of them are obvious. There's no parentheses here, for example, and I'm going to clean this up. So first off, this was nonsense. These first few lines were nonsense. This line of code here imported my data. If I'm new, I can add comments here. So import data. Okay, add little spaces here. Notice how my comments are going to start with the pound sign. This is you need to add that pound sign before any comment. Looked at the structure of the data set I imported. Okay, the more descriptive and more time you spend here, the easier it's going to be for you to understand, review, and when you come back, be able to continue where you ended off. This line of code produced an error because there was no such a thing as capital D data1, because I called it lowercase data1. So this was an error I remember I made. Delete that. Then I tried to make this, then I looked at the summary of data1, which is just another high level view. So maybe I want to, don't do that. Maybe I want to roll that up under the structure. Then I maybe add some spaces and organize this. Now this is up to you how you want to organize. So just clean things up, get rid of errors, trim it down to the essential code that you needed, and make some comments, put some spaces in is the moral of this video. Created a plot, okay, and be as descriptive as you like to be. Here I tried a few times and I finally got what I like. So these guys were all redundant. So I roll that all up. See, now this is nice and clean, grouped by using spaces, titled with comments, so I can come back to this code in a few weeks and even know what I did, right? I file save that. So now it's this example code is the updated version that I just saved. I can close this, and now let's say a day passes. I open up a new session of R, and let me just go ahead and do that. Okay, so I got a new session of R open. I come to my code. So where's my folder? Okay, so this is a new day. I open up R. There's no history. For Mac people, remember always when you open up a new session of R, click that button at the top in the middle that shows session, as I've shown you in other videos. Now you're starting with a blank slate, no history. Open up that example code that you took so much time to review and clean up and organize with comments. Copy the whole thing or little bits and pieces, but if you're going to copy in bits and pieces and paste, you're going to have to start from the top and then go down. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy all this, paste. I'm not going to be surprised that this is going to pop up because that was the import code. It's running. So I'm going to pick used cars, which if you remember, well, no, you don't remember because this code you didn't see, but that was the first line of code it was importing. So that's why this popped up. I hit enter. I get right back to where I was prior to doing the file save history and closing R. And now I continue going forward and progressing with this project lab, whatever it is I'm working on. That's the workflow. As I was showing you this on a PC, I was explaining how it's going to look like on a Mac. So watch this a few times if you need to and get down with the workflow, okay? Each time, save history and clean your history up, space, comment, organize it, and then next time you come back in, you can copy and paste that code in directly and get right back to where you started. So I hope this was helpful. Till next time, like, share, and subscribe, and have a great day.